Hello everyone, and today we're going to model a concentric flow heat exchanger using Ansys CFX. So just bringing fluid flow CFX into the project workspace and right click on geometry, select new design model of geometry and give that a few seconds to load. So now design model is open, select the YZ plane, select the x-axis here to zoom in or focus on the YZ plane. Use your middle mouse button to scroll in until the point where your scale bar at the bottom has a maximum size of about 0.1 meter. First thing we want to do is create a new sketch on the YZ plane, and that's just going to be a circle. And we're going to ensure that our circle is centered around the origin by moving our cursor until we see a P rather than a C. And we're going to add the dimensions for that to be 2 centimeters. So that for me is going to be 0.02 meters. Just going to zoom in a little bit. I'm next going to hit extrude, and I want this to be 1 meter long. So when you're happy your settings are correct, just click generate. And what that'll have done is create a fluid region here. So it's currently called solid. I'm going to call that fluid inner. And I'm going to change this to be a fluid rather than a solid. The next thing we want to do is create a new sketch. And now I'm going to create a circle that's concentric with the other ones, just slightly bigger. So again, wait until that becomes a P rather than a C. Make it slightly bigger than the inner fluid region. And then create another one that's slightly bigger than the last one. So finding that P, once you got it, drag out until it's slightly larger. So again, adding dimensions, one for the inner and one for the outer. So we can't have these fluid regions overlapping, but we can have them very, very close. So 0.2, 0.0201 will make that 0.1 mil away from the previous region. And I don't want a very thick pipe, so I'm going to call it 0.0211. So we've got some thickness there. Same as before, just clicking extrude, select, making sure that sketch 2 is selected, making sure it's 1 meter, and click generate when you're done. So what you'll see now is this body is a different colour, and this is going to be our pipe geometry. So just changing this name here to be pipe, and we want to keep it as a solid because it's going to be a metal. And last but not least, creating the outer fluid region. It's going to take the heat away from the inner fluid region. So selecting a new sketch, selecting that sketch, selecting circle, making sure we have that P, making it slightly bigger than the last one, and then perform that for the final circle. And again adding dimensions. What I want to do is make sure that our circle here is not set to be the same size as the circle here, otherwise the two will overlap. So this one finished at 0.0211, so I can put it as 0.0212. So selecting sketch 3 again. 0.0212, and I'm going to set the outer diameter for my pipe on my outer fluid flow region to be 0.03 meters. Again, selecting extrude, making sure sketch 3 is set, making sure we're adding material, and click generate when you're done. So just going to this body now, call it fluid outer, and select it to be a fluid rather than a solid. So when you're done here, hit save and close down Design Modeler.